Alright guys, so we have a lot of stuff to talk about in today's video. So I think it's safe to say that these last 24 hours for Dragon Ball Legends has been absolutely crazy and weird at the same time. Now, we got 3 major announcements last night, and they're all pretty weird for their own reasons, and I'm explaining why in just one bit. First and foremost, we did get the, Zenkai Full Power Gym, which is actually pretty cool. I'm actually happy for the Zenkai, but at the same time, it does kind of confirm that we will be getting possibly a Universe Rep buff, and if we do, the only real character left, besides Ultra characters like UI Goku and stuff like that, in terms of LFs, would be probably this character to headline the anniversary, which is Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken, Goku, and Evolution Vegeta. Now, I have a question for you guys, okay? And this is a real question here. Isn't it crazy how this character, if they come out, they're supposed to be, hypothetically speaking, supposed to be better than Goku and Frieza. Now, how do you do that? Because this Goku and Frieza doesn't get punished at all. They have complete Rising Rush control. They also have they have one of the 2 best colors in the game in purple and blue. Of course, they can make the Evolution Vegeta and Kaioken Goku yellow and green to counter them, but still, you could pair them up together, so it doesn't even matter. They have Rising Rush control. You switch to Frieza, and guess what? You have infinite vanishes. They just don't get punished. So it's really weird, very weird that this character is supposed to be better than Goku and Frieza. It's just hard to see it. Even though Goku and Frieza has fallen off just a tad bit, it's still very hard to see because they're going to get buffed with Full Power Jiren. They're going to get buffed with anything else in terms of Universe Rep, right, that we get. So they're actually going to get buffed, hypothetically speaking. So comment down below, what would this character do here to make them better than Goku and Frieza? It's just so crazy to think about. Instead of the obvious is pure damage and pure higher stats. That's pretty obvious, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to wait and see. I don't want to jump the gun. So that's the first thing I find very weird, that this character is supposed to be better than Goku and Frieza, which we'll have to wait and see, right? But yeah, and Full Power Jiren, I do like this addition for sure. Now, this next weird one is this. We got the Orange Piccolo Majin Buu Bros, 2 unique LF equipments. Now, this to me is night and day. One really needs it and one also kind of needs it, right? So Orange Piccolo, I would say I don't know, 2 months ago, he desperately needed a LF unique equipment. Now that region's back up in the meta, he doesn't need it as much, right? I think he was ranked top 8 in the most used characters in last PvP season, top 8, and he's getting his own unique equipment. Now, I still think he needs his own unique equipment. I'll stand by that statement till the day I die. Honestly, this Piccolo deserves way more, I would say compared to the Gammas, because they come out at the same time. Let's just do that. It's just night and day, right? It's just night and day. But if you compare to the Majin Buu Bros, why are they buffing the Majin Buu Bros right now? It makes no sense. Do they need it? Obviously, they need it. But why are they buffing the Majin Buu Bros? Now, all of this taken into consideration, I think also, because technically speaking, we got 3 LF buffs, right? Orange Piccolo, Majin Buu Bros, and LF Jiren. Now, don't forget, guys, that we are going to be getting a brand new system for LFs. So I think all these LFs are getting buffed because a new system is going to come out, and they want you to bring these characters in so you can utilize this system, right? Now, the full details of the system itself hasn't been released. Only a few things, such as, and they could change this, but from the last reveals and stuff when they discussed it, a few things was that you need to bring in the character as a battle member for it to take effect in terms of their limited Z ability. That's what it's called, right? And of course, you also need them at 6 stars. So, and it's versus specific tags. And once again, they could change all this because we don't have the actual update until tonight, or technically tomorrow, because it's gonna be a 10-hour maintenance, which sucks. But yeah, I mean, honestly, take all this into consideration. I find it just super weird, man. I don't know, Majin Buu Bros, Orange Piccolo, unique equipment. The headliner would be another Universe Rep buff, tag Universe Rep buff that would pair up with Goku and Frieza. So all this to me is kind of weird. Now, I really hope I'm wrong here, and I hope they kind of just switch things around and probably bring out maybe a Rose and Zamasu. And I've given this as my best case scenario. My best case scenario would be this. It would be LF tag Rose and Zamasu for part 1 versus an LF Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Vegeta for part 1, triple the Z power. Start off with that. Start off with this huge banger, right? And then part 2, you can lead off with Battle of Gods. And then part 3, finish it off with Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Now, all of this would be the best case scenario for me, right? Now, if you just bring out this character here, it's just, I don't know, man. More universe rep buffs. You know, universe rep, we got Android 17, we got Goku and Frieza. Even this yellow Jiren is still, I think, very underrated. Hit is still a hit, you know, you still got that time skip. So, yeah, even green, Kawaii is still pretty solid. So, obviously, they could use a little bit more buffs because they're not too deep. They're good. They're narrow, but they're good. But they're not too deep, right? But yeah, and then if you add in Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken, Goku, and Vegeta in the mix, honestly, what color would they be? Would they be multicolor? Would they just be one color? You would have to make them multicolor to compete with Goku and Frieza, right? But then let's just say they're green and yellow, and then you pair them up even with Goku and Frieza. Now what? Like, now what? Now you have this big mess. Big mess, right? Because Goku and Frieza was the biggest mess I think Dragon Ball Legends ever created, because there's not a direct counter towards this character. This character does not get punished too much. Number one, they don't get enough counters towards it, right? You bring in a green, guess what? We got a purple to counter that green, right? And stuff like that. So the counters to this character is almost non-existent. And they get their Vanish back. They can't get Rising Rush. And even if you Rising Rush them, or even if they're the last man standing, they get their their Unigauge back, and then you still can't Rising Rush them. So this character does not get punished enough. And if you bring in another character, like Evolution, you know, Vegeta and Kaioken Goku, then what? It just kind of, to me, it kind of extends the toxicness. I'm not even looking for the word toxic. I would say it's an actual problem. Like, this is an actual problem. Bringing out multicolored tag units that don't get punished. Like, every single unit has to get punished somehow. Like, Janemba came out, right? They tried to punish Janemba with LF, you know, Pikkon and Gogeta. And by the way, this is something else that's really weird. And I know I'm going off on a rant here, but this Piccolo just got his unique equipment. I'm sure this Piccolo now will be better than LF Super Gogeta, right? The brand new Pikkon Super Gogeta. I'm sure of it. At least for sagas, right? Then in terms of sagas, they would be covered, and they would be better than, technically speaking, this is just all assumption, be better than LF Pikkon and Super Gogeta. So Super Gogeta and Pikkon would be mainly Fusion Warrior based, and I think that's what they were meant to be, you know, in preparation for Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. But a lot of weird things, man. Like, why bring out Pikkon and Gogeta for sagas, and then just straight up buff this orange Piccolo, which, by the way, I like this orange Piccolo, so I'm glad he's getting buffed. But comment down below, isn't this all weird to you? Like, this, they need to really be careful what they do here. Really be careful how they structure this, if this is the structured character that's going to come out, right? This and this. Like I said, I still hope it is Tag, Rose, and Zamasu. I think that would be less toxic than another universe rep buff for Goku and Frieza. But that's just a rant, man. I mean, all this is kind of weird. We'll have to wait and see. The Legends Festival reveals and stuff is exactly in a week, in a few days. I will be going live for it. I'll be scheduling it later on as well, so you guys can have those notifications on. And yeah, man, that's just pretty much going to wrap it up. What do you guys think about all this? Am I crazy to think that all of this is weird? Like, it's just, I don't know. Well, I don't know. They have to be careful as well, as what I'm going to end off with, right? But yeah, man, if you did enjoy the video, as always, make sure you guys simply just like, subscribe, have those notifications on, because I'll keep you guys updated with some more leaks a little bit later, and catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.